after a little bit of an absence, I'm back. And as you can tell, I've got a little something different to drive today. Of course, this is not a Chevy HHR, nor is this a Jeep Wrangler Unlimited. Sounds a little different. Yeah, that's definitely not a 4-cylinder. Yeah, I haven't really posted much over the past couple months. As a matter of fact, I think last vlog or two that I did, I think there was actually snow still on the ground, so that kind of gives you an idea where we're at right now. It's the week of the 4th of July, beautiful holiday, warm, humid, hot summer day, and taking a new car out for a ride and enjoy the intermittent sunshine that's coming out. We just had a rainstorm that went through, and I thought today was going to be a loss of a day because I really wanted to do this debut video of my new car. And then it cleared up. The sun's coming out just a little bit. It's a little bit overcast, and it's looking to be a great day. Heading down to the Lake Michigan shoreline. There's a nice little park down here with a beach, and that's where I'm going to do my debut video here for the new car. I'm going to be there in just a couple minutes, so enjoy a little bit of the ride on the way. So we've gotten down here to the Lake Michigan shoreline, beach down at a nice little place called Bender Park in Oak Creek, Wisconsin. It's a beautiful place. Lovely summer day, of course. A lot of people out enjoying, and I guess now it's time to reveal the car. So let's do it. So I guess I'm sure many of you guys are probably wondering how I ended up with this wonderful car. It's kind of a long story, so I'm going to try and keep it a little bit short and just give you guys the gist of basically how this car came into my possession. My brother had a 2007 Jeep Liberty, and what he was going to be doing was he was going to be getting a new car. He was going to be trading it in, and basically what it boiled down to is they offered him a terrible trade-in value, which I imagine anybody could imagine that a 2007 Jeep Liberty with 130,000 miles on it really isn't going to be a monster when it comes to trade-in value. So what I ended up doing is basically, instead of them taking the trade-in, I offered my brother more money than what they were going to give him for trade. And I kind of, at the time when I got it, it was last fall. We were going into winter, and I thought, hey, that'd make a great winter beater. And I knew it needed some work, and it wasn't going to be just a hop in and drive it kind of thing. And so basically what ended up happening was that we had a really mild winter, and I didn't really use it very much. I put a lot of money into it, and it wasn't that much, but I fixed up the few things that needed to be taken care of, and then I decided it was just time to get rid of it. So I cleaned it up, detailed it real nice, and put it up on Craigslist. And I had it up for about 2 weeks. I got contacted by another seller on Craigslist that had a 2007 Cadillac CTS that they were selling, and the guy with the CTS contacted me, asked me if I was interested in working out some sort of a trade. And I looked at his car, he looked at mine. We both liked each other's vehicles. Obviously, going from a Jeep Liberty to a Cadillac CTS isn't much of a comparison. So I just decided, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and do it. So we made the trade, and kind of the cool thing about it was that I never really considered before was when you trade a vehicle, it takes tax out of the equation. So what ended up happening was that he was intending to sell a car, I was intending to sell a car, and if we both would use that money to buy our next vehicles, we would have ended up both paying tax on the vehicles for, you know, the next ones that we got anyways. So lo and behold, I ended up with a 2007 Cadillac CTS. It was a really nice car. I'll probably pop some pictures in here so you can see while I'm talking about this. More or less a car I basically never expected in my life that I was going to own. It was, you know, I'll put it this way, I never really expected to be a Cadillac owner. I never expected to really end up with having a third car, because as you know, I have the 2010 HHR, which is my work car, and then I have my 2008 Jeep Wrangler Unlimited, which was supposed to be my fun car. So anyways, I cleaned up the CTS. I decided, okay, hey, this is a really nice car, but I decided that it wasn't the car for me to keep. So I listed it on Craigslist, and then I just decided, hey, it'd be kind of cool to trade again. So again, like I said, with the taxes, I was going to use that money, probably put it in my Jeep, but I got the bug, thinking, hey, what if I started trading cars and move up to something better? So of course, this is a 95 Corvette Targa top. It's got the LT1 350, 5.7 liter V8. Unfortunately, it's an automatic transmission. Well, I saw the guy on Craigslist was getting rid of it, so I contacted him. I said, hey, I got a 2007 Cadillac CTS, really nice car. Just wondering if you were interested in working out some sort of a trade. And lo and behold, he contacted me back after I sent him pictures and said, hey, it's a nice car. Could you give me more information? So, of course, we traded information on the vehicles. We met up, looked at each other's vehicles, and we both decided, hey, this is probably a good thing to do. A few days later, ended up with a 1995 Chevrolet Corvette. And again, another car I never really ever expected to own, but seemed like too good of a deal to pass up. I mean, it is not perfect, but as I've said before, I don't ever really want a perfect car because I don't want to be the first person to ruin it. I mean, this car's got its flaws. It's far from perfect, as I just said. But, you know what? It's a Corvette. You can take most cars, and especially a 95. They're going to have issues, if they're not already in the junkyard to begin with. So, but anyways, that's kind of the short and sweet how I ended up with the Corvette, and I got to do a few more things. I want to get it looked over. I want to take it in, get it inspected, and make sure I'm not, jumping into something that I'm going to regret. Of course, engine seems strong. It does leak a little bit of oil, and it's just got maintenance issues that you would expect of any Chevrolet that's 22 years old. But it's got 122,000 miles on it, which means that it was driven probably, if my math is correct, about $5,000 a year, which I think is a fair amount for a Corvette. It's not real high, and it's it's not low, but 122,000 miles on a 22-year-old car isn't bad. Overall, I'm happy with it. It's fun, and you can't go wrong when it comes to a Corvette in the summer. And unfortunately, I live in Wisconsin, so it means I'm probably going to get about 6 months I can actually drive the vehicle, and then it's going to have to get put away into storage. But hey, I think this is a great start. I'm going to revamp my channel. Having a Corvette and a Jeep Wrangler is a pretty awesome thing. I know there's a lot of fans of those cars out there. I think I'm going to keep this one short and sweet for the time being. We'll get into other things about the car as time goes on here. I have an appointment next week. I'm going to be taking it up to the Corvette Connection up in Milwaukee, and they're going to do an inspection on it, let me know everything it needs, everything that's wrong, everything that's good, and hopefully we get a good bill of health on this thing. But hey, it is what it is. It's a 1995 Chevy Corvette, and regardless, it's awesome.